Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Yathagnirdahika shakti Ramakrishne stita hiya Sarva vidya swarupam tam Sharadam pranamamyaham Namah Shriyati Rajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Namaste to you all. Outside it is raining, so little disturbance could be there because of the rain sound. But I will try my best to speak a little louder so that it will be there, clearly heard by you. Well, in the last class we saw the Bhishma trying to make Duryodhana back to his senses of fighting. He is slowly losing wherever there is adharma, consciously or unconsciously. We see that our heart becomes weak. This weakness the Duryodhana is experiencing, though he is there explaining the Pandava Sainya and Kaurava Sainya, their own, how they are great people. Yet, so to make him, Bhishma blows his conch. And you see, it creates an unknown spirit in the whole of Kauravas. Pandavas are just looking silently. Duryodhana going to his guru, telling so many things, talking everything. All are watching. And when the Bhishma's conch was blown, after that all joy in spirit. And that sound, tumultuous sound, it becomes a whole thing covered, the whole wall field covered as if. And the Pandavas are just looking on. Now, for the first time, Arjuna and Krishna are entering Bhagavad Gita. Till now Duryodhana no more appears in the Bhagavad Gita. His story has ended. And Krishna and this one are presenting. And for the rest of the Bhagavad Gita, it is Krishna-Arjuna Samvada, and here and there Sanjaya comes into picture just to give a hint, where am I? Otherwise it is continuing. Now the next shloka says, the Tata Shvetair Haye Yukte Mahati Syandane Stitau Madhava Pandavas Chaiva Divyau Shankau Pradabmatuhu. Tata Shvetair Haye Yukte Mahati Syandane Stitau. Then Mahati Syandana, great, one of the greatest Syandana, that is chariot, the earth has seen, on which Krishna and Arjuna are sitting. Mahati Syandane Stitau Madhavaha, the Lord Krishna's one of the epithets is Madhava. Pandava, that is refers to Arjuna. All are Pandavas. all the 5 Pandavas are there, and the clan is also Pandavas. But Arjuna is specially referred here as Pandava. Madhava Pandavaschaya, because on the same chariot, only this one Pandava is there now. Divyau Shankau Pradapmatuhu. They blew this, one of the Divyau, divine conscious. And what is the whole, if you see a whole picture, you will see a beautiful, everything was making great sound, and the sound is slowly, Pandavas are silent. Why these Pandavas are silent? The whole thing, the Kauravas are shouting and making all the sounds, bugles and berries and all that. Now, when the sound is slowly subsiding and it is moving towards absolute silence, a hush, as if he is coming into picture, we see the Krishna and Arjuna blowing the conch. Whole in that silence, they both, and this is not something ordinary thing. Look at the description. It's a Mahati Syandana, a great chariot. What is the greatness in that chariot? When in the Mahabharata we come across the Khandava forest that was to be destroyed by fire to build up a new one. And we see that fire could not burn it because Indra was pouring again and again rain because he wanted the forest to be protected. He was avoiding all the ways. Finally, Arjuna covers the whole of the Khandva forest with his arrows, that no rain can come and fall inside. Now the fire god takes the charge of the whole thing and burns down to ashes, where this one is going to come up. Now, this happening, fire god was so much pleased with Arjuna, he goes to Varuna and prays for a Gandhiva and a chariot to present it to Arjuna. And Varuna devata, the lord of the sea, the king of the sea, he appears. See, each aspect of existence has a Abhimana devata. Just like this body is material body which is born and which is going to die and go back to the earth. It came from the earth, it is going back to the earth. But in this present condition, I have occupied this. Daily I separate, nature separates me from this body and again associates with it. And between these two, I occupy this body and say, I am this body as long as I am in waking state. This identity with the body, I am this body. I am the Abhimana devata. I am not this body, but I am Abhimana devata of this body. I keep the I-ness over this bodily existence. Similarly, there is the bodily existence. Each matter is a body and it has a conscious entity identifying with it as myself. Because nothing can exist without consciousness, Chaitanya. So this Chaitanic expression of possessing it, just it is mine, I. Now Ganga water, which originates somewhere in the Himalayas and flows down to the ocean. The whole water, wherever it is, in whatever form it is, Ganga identifies with it and says, I am Ganga. Like the Abhimana devata. So also the sea, huge seas and oceans, all the oceans have an identity. They have an identity. And the consciousness which is associated with and making it express itself, the Chaitanya behind, that we call Abhimana devata, that can manifest with form, if we call upon it, with faith and love. So, for giving to Arjuna, for having served him, as if fire god is feeling helpless, as if he is weak, as his power has been weakened, and Arjuna supports him. Seeing that, he takes the chariot was made by Vishwakarma. Invincible chariot, it cannot be, ordinary things cannot destroy it. It cannot be destroyed. Invincible chariot. Of course, last it yields to the fire because of the divyastras, which is inhuman, divine weapons were used on that. So this chariot was given to him by fire god. It is not of the earth, earthly material. It is divine material. So Mahati Syandana refers to that Syandana, the chariot, which is as great as the divine things. So the Gandiva also was given by same fire god on the same occasion as a gift to Arjuna. He is standing with that Gandiva in that chariot. And last, in the end, we see, the end of Mahabharata, this chariot, Arjuna is sitting, whole war was over, and they return back. Only 11 people will survive, Pandavas will come back. Before Krishna gets down, he says to Arjuna, now you get down first. Because he is only a charioteer now. Arjuna is the person owning and everything. He is like king, sitting in the chariot, and his charioteer. And he's asking him to get down. He gets down, and the moment Krishna gets down, separates from the chariot, even when he's holding his hand and got down, it was safe. When he leaves the hand, it catches fire. Means as if some bursting is taking place, some lightning hitting and all that and the whole chariot started burning. Arjuna and others will be wondering. Then Krishna says, Arjuna asks, what is this? Why such a chariot is burning? He says, so many people, Drona, Bhishma, Karna, all these people had left their divyastras, divine weapons, and because I was there on this, it was sustaining. Nothing happened. And now I got down, it has gone. And in the end, after the whole story and then the Parikshit coming and taking over, everything is over, then the Pandavas are going for Swargarohana. They are leaving the body, want to end their life by leaving their body in the heavenly places. So they walk off, but before they leave, the Arjuna, his Gandiva, gives it back to Varuna. It drops in the ocean, back to the source, and then goes, because it's a Divyastra which cannot be handled or used by anybody. So this is how the Tata Shveta Irhaye Yukte, it had 4 horses tied to it. The 4 horses were a Gandharva Chitraratha gives him, he will be defeated by Arjuna, and afterwards, as a gratitude, and this one, Gandharva Chitraratha gives him 100 fine horses, divine horses, and they were not of the earthly horses, they were of the different dimension which were given to him. 100 of that, the 4 finest horses, glittering white, as if a coating is given on them. So the 4 horses he uses for his chariot. And how they, even the ordinary kings and all we see, keeping the horses, their own horses, they are intimately related. When king is wounded in anywhere, in war or in land, immediately the horse, taking the king on the rider on the back, comes back home safely. It is very sensitive and has that understanding, I must protect my master. So that much of intimacy they grow. Even our own vehicles, you see, if you really love your car or a vehicle that you are driving and take care of it like taking care of a child, in case of accidents, it jumps out from its normal course to save the master. So much consciousness is there in everything. We don't know how to. Only love can make it manifest. Nothing else can make it manifest. Even in matter, how we invoke God in a idly, you see. We call. With love when you call, it manifests through the image. Yes, why are you calling me? Because the love which doesn't belong to this world, that is the 24 cosmic principles with which this universe is made, doesn't contain love and time. Kala, prema. Prema is manifestation of the Atman. Kala is the manifestation of the cosmos. With creation it comes into picture, with creation it dissolves. So love is transcendental, and that love with wholeheartedness, his whole being must be there when it flows out. Then everything answers that love. This is what we see. So Krishna and Arjuna are sitting on the chariot and they blow the conch. Just like Krishna and Arjuna are not humans, they belong to the transcendental realm. Nara Narayana. Nara is perfected human, and Narayana is one who has assumed a human form. Both are in the human form. One has reached the transcendental, one has descended from the transcendental. Nara Narayana. Just like Naren and Sri Ramakrishna. Thakur used to now and then tell, oh, Naren doesn't belong to this realm. He belongs to the transcendental. Like that, the Nara Narayana are sitting on the chariot and blowing the conch. Now you see the sound, reverberating sound. It is not the normal sound of the conches that blow, the people blow. that we are hearing every day, not that sound, nor it is not nor blown by humans. It is transcendental. The conches are transcendental, the blowers are transcendental, the sound released is transcendental, reverberating through the entire universe. The whole cosmos is filled with it, and whole thing, it is just passing. And what is going? The Kauravas are seeing with wonder, gazing at it. They have heard Bhishma blowing. They too have joined and made lot of sound. But this sound is entirely different. It is a sound with something like anahata nada, somebody hears. It is transcendental sound. It is going on, and the Lord, with that blow, Madhava and Pandava, the Lord's that sound is going with divine power. Infinite power is packed in that sound. It is going and pervading the whole creation. And you can see it is carrying divinity, divine grace. And Krishna is, you see, he is like an harbinger of peace, harmony, truth, divinity, dharma, and prosperity. What all we can think of good and great, he is manifesting there. Wherever he is in the war field, he is full of bliss, ananda. But he is taking care of everyone. He is assuring, this sound of Krishna is assuring, this is going to end in peace. It's a war, but everything will be, and everybody, everyone in the war field is assured of going to heaven. He has selected a place we saw earlier, which is where whoever for any reason, with any intention die there, will go to heaven. So that was the Arjuna is like standing with Krishna, like glory added to greatness. They are together, standing. And Arjuna's status, you see, he is standing with that Gandhiva, and he is depicted, his heart is filled with love and compassion. It is not like Duryodhana's heart. With all the martial skill and war tactics, the Rajadharma, he knows the Rajadharma. What is perfect knowledge of the Rajadharma he has. Prowess, what does he lack? And by the side, beyond all things, is the Krishna standing. So he is that whole thing, whole picture. You have to imagine how it would have been there. And Kshatriya ideals is shining through him. What is the Kshatriya ideal? To protect the people. Go Brahmana Hitayacha. So all this to protect the food and the people. Go represents all types of food that is given to that sustains the life of the living beings. And he is the righteousness, Shanti, everything is moving with him. Dharma itself is moving with him. What to speak? Now, this sound is this Shankha of Krishna is identical with the Shankha, that is conch of Vishnu. In Vishnu's hand you can see Shankha is there. This Shankha represents the Paranada, the creative impulse of this universe. And Shankha, now blown by Krishna, is suggesting Dharma can never be vanquished. It remains. And He is behind. Lord is behind to protect and preserve Dharma. And this incarnation is also specially meant with that purpose of Dharma. And we see that Sambhavami Yuge Yuge is being blown here. In Mahabharata serial also, they very thoughtfully selected that Sambhavami Yuge Yuge with conch blowing by Krishna, that picture. That it is Krishna blowing in the war field is an assurance for the whole humanity forever, and even gods and goddesses, whoever is there, I am there. And Dharma is invincible and it cannot be destroyed or vanquished by any power on this earth, because it is law of creation. Creation means it is Dharma. Going against the law of creation, that is nature, is adharma. With creation, the law comes into picture. Time, space, and law of causation comes into picture. Living according to the laws of nature is dharma, and it is now Krishna blowing this is telling creation happens by my will. And with it, the dharma comes into picture, and Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. Time and again, whenever the dharma is on the decline, I appear to re-establish dharma, to revive dharma, to preserve dharma, to make the dharma continue forever. Adharma appears, just like when we put any plants, we see the weeds coming up together. Now this Shankha blowing, it is, you can see when the Shankha is boom, 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 it's blasts given. Shankha always moves with blasts. And this blasts, that perfect sublime resonance, it is creating, reverberating the whole universe. And just like all the Muni sages and all who are in their own transcendental realm meditating, like the Saptarishis and all, they will be waking up to the what is happening on the earth, why God is playing. They see and enjoy that Leela. We are seeing in a different view. How can I go beyond? How can I reach that perfection? But when the perfected soul hears the sound of the Lord, it is like a voice speaking to them. A Leela is going on the earth. So they enjoy, and we see it is at all times it is pulsating with infinite power and energy. It is emerging from the sacred conscious of the divine beings on the earth. When the whole Kaurava Sainya entered, now they have become silent. When Bhishma blew, Pandavas all were silent. Now, when Krishna blows, Pandavas are wondering and just gazing at him. And Pandavas are feeling not excited like them when Bhishma blew, how the Kauravas became excited and their arms becoming strong for fight. When the Krishna was blown, all the Pandavas are feeling blessedness. Oh, we are all blessed. The world is blessed. The humanity is blessed. How they feel, you see. When Dharma is backing you, you will see in a different view. When your adharma is backing you, you see in a different view. So this is what the whole picture that is placed before us through that one shloka, Tatashvetair haye yukte mahati syandane sthitau madhava pandavaschaiva divyau shankau pradadmatuhu. And when this sound is heard, all others take this one to blow the same way of invoking the Dharma. As if they are calling, it's a, what you call, regarding the Swamiji's, they call it calling for the, oh, get up my children, get up my children. That kind of, this one, they are seeing here. Clarion call of Swamiji, like that. It is a clarion call of Krishna invoking the Dharma, and all others join now silently, giving a divine atmosphere in the war. See how a Rakshasa like this one was produced on the Kaurava side. In Bhagavad Gita we see Asuri Sampat. Asuri Sampat is exhibiting like that from Pandava side. The divine atmosphere is being created. This is the thing, and this is the assurance to the all people, all entire humanity forever. Be assured that Dharma alone remains. Satyameva Jayate. Okay, for today. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.